Welcome all to the 31 episode of the STEM Girls Talkshow, and I welcome Mr. Aleye Adelik at the town. Hope I am pronouncing well your name. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation. So, we are very happy and glad to have you here, and we are here due to the efforts of the African Girls Empowerment Network. Please keep your microphones mute during the talk show, and at the end, you will have time to make questions. And then we will start. Now, I will proceed to read a brief introduction where I will explain the reason why this talk show is taking place and what is the project of STEM Girls by Age Network. Women, as we know, are no less than any men in any field. Over time, we have seen several examples of women excelling in various STEM fields and serving the society for the larger cause. We at the STEM Girls Initiative aims to groom girls with the same kind of inspiration and see that hard to excel in STEM fields and do their best. This talk show is the platform for the women in STEM to talk to the girls aspiring to excel in it. We are sure that after hearing from our guests, all the audience will be inspired to reach the stars. During this talk show, we will be conversing with a woman in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. A woman who has made her mark and now graciously taking the time to tell us about her journey and share with us her wisdom. Please, again, I request all of you to keep your microphones mute, and if there is any question, please put it in the chat box. Our guest today, as I was saying, is Mr. Aleye Adenik Areton. Hi, madam. Now it's time to start. May we start with the questions? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. You can go ahead, Gabby.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And now we will have a lot of questions. Some of them are are about general things, like for example, social problems, among others, and another ones are about more specific things that are related to the field of work of our guest. Now, the first question that I have is, what is your field of study and what got you interested in it?
Thank you very much, Gabby. So my field of study is microbiology and public health. Basically, what got me interested in microbiology and public health is my passion for the science field. I really want to be in the science field, and my passion for research, getting to know new things, and that was what prompted me to pick up this interest in the field I studied. And basically, I because one of my very attractive subjects is mathematics. I love mathematics, and this was one part of the reasons why I decided to go into this field, this particular field, and so far it has been beautiful. And growing up as a growing up as a young girl, there is this norm that, oh, a girl should just study mass communication, and but I just felt that no, there's something about this science that I want to study, and that is why I picked the interest in microbiology and going into public health. Thank you, Gabby.
Thank you so much, Doctor. That sounds very interesting. I think that is a field of work that has a lot of applications, and it is very interesting why you chose that career path. And that's why the next question that we have is, who has inspired the most to become who you are today?
Yes, well, I would say my parents. My parents really wanted me to be in the science field, and because my parents were, my mom was in the science field, and so I picked up the interest, like to be in that science field. And she exposed me to people, our colleagues who are in the science field, and I just love what they do, and I picked up that interest. I also inspire myself and my dreams. I really want to, I have this dream and this goal I want to achieve in life, even as a young girl, and facing it and facing it with the support of my parents, and having that dream as my goal helps me to be able to put myself together and focus on achieving that goal for myself. So my parents inspired me, and because I have a goal I want to achieve, I have a dream, I have something I look up to, something I want to become in future. So that inspired me to face and achieve what I want to achieve. Yes. So that inspired me to become who I am today. So my parents contributed, um, my mom's colleagues, and my dreams of becoming what I am today inspired me to focus on it and achieve that goal. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I think also that parents have a great role, a very important role in our career path because they can inspire us a lot. And now the next question that we have is more focused about the past. Tell us about the difficult situations or challenges that you have overcome in pursuing a career in STEM as a woman, particularly in your field of work.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Okay, I would say one of the difficult situation I faced was being a woman, growing up as a girl. Growing up as a girl, there is this societal stereotype that no, a woman should just go and become a teacher and get married, make babies, and cook for for their spouse. So, you know, and when you look all around, growing up in the environment I grew up, you see every young girl's dream is to get married and and be a mother. I'm not saying that is bad, but you know, there is, I mean, they are less concerned about achieving their dreams, making impact in the field of science. So that societal norm, that cultural norm that is on the girl child, that the girl child just have to go and do something small, just go to school, study something. You have to end up in the kitchen, you have to end up being a wife, clean the house, do the laundry, you know. So this is one of the main challenges I faced growing up and in my field of study, and even in my field of work. So I was able to overcome this fear that, oh, as a young girl I can become, I can carry out research, I can be a microbiologist, I can be an engineer, I can study mathematics. And so I just find it, and one of something that really encouraged me was my passion for mathematics. So I really love mathematics, and my parents really encouraged me, because all around, looking at looking at the children around me, my environment, and the other young my peers that we grew up together, everybody are just not interested in, they're just not interested in mathematics. And so I was able to overcome this societal norm, this cultural norm, and the fear for maths, the fear for mathematics, the fear for science. Science is everyone the field. I mean, the field that science is difficult. No, so a girl shouldn't go to that. It's meant for men. Men should be in the science, and girls should be in arts. Look for something very low. So I was able to overcome that fear and study what I have studied today. particularly in my field of work. Of course, there are more because I'm always in the field. I'm also always in the field sensitizing, carrying out sensitization for women and girls, engaging with stakeholders and community leaders. So of course there are more this gender inequality, and so for me to be able to succeed in this work, in my field of work, I have to work extra hard. I have to ensure I build my capacity professionally and personally, because as a girl, as a woman, you have to build your self-confidence. So being able to build my self-confidence and build myself professionally, I've been able to overcome these difficult situations and challenges pursuing my career. And that is why I also encourage, even when I'm in the field sensitizing girls and young girls around me, and that I mentor, I also tell them, I also try to encourage them and tell them that yes, you want to get married, you want to be that good wife, but at the same time you can also achieve your dreams. You can also be what you really want to be. So basically, those are the things I faced. And looking at the society, there are few female role models in the field of in the STEM field. So it's difficult for you to say, oh, I want to be this person. This person is this. But growing up, I get to understand that there are still some people who are succeeding, who are making impact in the same field. And I try to encourage myself and build my self confidence and build my capacity and self development. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adenike. That is very interesting. I think that you have like a very important argument that we have to talk about. That thing that most girls are not like able to follow their dreams because the only thing that they think that they can do is to have children and get married, and that is something that is wrong. And also that thing that you mentioned, that we have like a little a few representation of women in STEM fields. We need to promote more STEM women that are with with the I don't have to explain, with the same interest, with the same capacities as men. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. And that
Yes.
makes me do another question that is a little bit related. That is, what do you think, or that which social problem do you think that is the most urgent to be solved when we talk about girls in STEM?
Well, one of the social problems um societal gender stereotype. You know, in the society, young girls are meant to understand that you don't, I mean, this particular career, this particular field is meant for the men, is meant for the boys. And so most girls, particularly in the rural and semi-urban areas, they want to focus on, oh, being a teacher, being in the art section of their in their schools. And so this societal stereotype about the STEM field, that it's meant for the boys, it's meant for the men, affects girls' participation. You see, few girls want to participate in the STEM field because they feel that, oh, eventually I'm going to get married. I'm going to, I can't be in the ICT field. I can't do engineering. No, engineering is meant for men. That aspect. So this societal norm, this gender stereotype that a particular field is meant for men needs to be breached by continuous sensitization, and it has to start from the family. Parents needs to understand that, needs to discover what their children have passion for. A young girl can have passion for computers. It might be software engineering, it might be in engineering, it might be in aeronautic engineering. So they need to discover these aspects of their children in the family and encourage the child to face to to embrace what they are good at. And so that is it, so it has to start from the family. So if the family is in support of the child's dream and the child's goal, then it goes to the society, then to the state at the state level, and there has to be policies. If we can if we can advocate for policies that supports, that encourages girls to go into the STEM fields, and also advocate for scholarships to support girls to go into the STEM field. It will really encourage the girls to go into the STEM field. Also, engaging the teachers. Now, in engaging the teachers, because the teachers are always with the students, they can encourage the students to have they can discover which subjects the students are more interested, and encourage the students. So if we can bridge that gender gap, if we can we can bridge the gender gap, and also carry out more sensitization and awareness at schools, at the society, at the state level, nationally, online, and it really encourage girls participation in the STEM field. So basically, if that gender stereotype can be bridged through continuous sensitization and awareness in the family, at the state level, at the national level, in their schools, and advocating for policies that support more girls, that will encourage girls participation, this will really help in addressing these social challenges and social problems that affect girls' participation in the STEM field. Thank you.
Thank you so much again, Mr. Adenike. Um, Another question that is very important, because this is a real problem that we have in the society, is when you were a student, did you feel any peer pressure, especially because you're a woman? And if so, what advice would you give to young girls to overcome these obstacles?
Of course, I would say there are peer pressures. Of course, you know, in the environment where I grew up, I see my peers who all their dreams is, I want to be I want to sing, I want to be a model. And here I am. I want to be a researcher. I want to be I want to be an engineer. I want to be good in ICT. I want to be I want to focus on mathematics. And so it's, that pressure was like, oh, you don't need maths. You don't, all you need, it's English language. And so I received that peer pressure from my fellow students in class growing up, even as a woman. But because I really know what I want, because I really know what I want to achieve, I know my dreams, what my passion was one of my drive, because I know what I love to do. So that's really helped me to put myself together. That really helped me to focus and help me to be consistent. And I refused. I told them, like, well, fine, it's fine. Let's just, yes, it's fine for you to be a teacher. It's fine for you to be a model. But really, I just love to research. I love to discover new things. And I must say that my parents played a major role in achieving, in helping me focus in the STEM field. And one of the things I do, one of the ways I would like to encourage young girls to focus on the STEM field is to help them understand more about the STEM field. Because when they understand more about the STEM field, what it is like, then they will develop the love for it. So I tell them that now they need to take off their mind that, oh, engineering is difficult, science is difficult. There's this no this fear for science. I grew up having that. I see people have the fear for sciences, like science. No, I'm not going to science. I'm not going to science. No, 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 no. I'll just go to art. I don't want to stress myself. No. So that fear for science, we need to start inculcating it from the primary level of the children. At the secondary level, make them have that love for sciences, for technologies. I mean, it should, if possible, included in their curriculum. Make them have the love for technology, for engineering. for mathematics. And this will help them focus and see that there is prospect in the STEM field. As a woman, I can be an engineer. As a woman, I can be a pilot. As a woman, I can be a mathematician. So, of course, we have very few girls and women wanting to go into this field, but sincerely, I would like to encourage young girls to understand what the STEM field is about and to develop love for the STEM field. If they love the STEM field, then they can have passion for it, and as much as possible, whatever makes them afraid, whatever brings that fear for the science field. Because I tell you, one over time, over the years, one thing I've seen about young girls participating in the STEM field is the fear for science. We are in my current work, where I work, in the location where I work. Um sometimes I hear secondary school students, because I mentor teenage girls, and they're just scared of the science. At the mention of science classes, they are scared. So, if we can carry out more sensitization and more mentorship for girls to chase to pick the STEM field, it will really help them to follow the STEM field and achieve their dreams in the STEM field. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was very inspiring, really. As a student, I can say that your words, Mr. Adenike, are very helpful. Thank you so much again. And
Thank
now,
you.
another question that is very important for all the girls that are interested in your field of work is, what jobs and career opportunities are there for girls who want to study microbiology?
Yeah, there are plenty of job opportunities and career for girls who want to study microbiology. For example, uh, globally, we have the COVID-19 pandemic. And as a microbiologist, of course, you can work in my country, Nigeria. You can work with the National Commission for Disease Control. We have African CDC, Center for Disease Control. We have different laboratory coming up. So, looking at now, we, as much as possible, we tell young girls not to look at the present, look at the future. What does the future holds for this particular field I'm about to go into? What does the future holds for it? So, when you make them not look at the present, oh, I just want to do this because I want to do it, but look at the future, then they will decide. They will be able to know, okay, I am choosing this because I know in future there is prospect in this particular course, there is prospects in this particular career. So there are, so when we look at the future, currently, if you are a microbiologist, you should be looking at being in the laboratory, either in the pharmaceutical, or medical, or environmental. So, because there are different aspects of microbiology, including public health, which I later specialized on. So there are different aspects of microbiologies. If you want to be in the lab, you want to be a medical microbiologist, excellent. You go for a master's degree, and specialize in a particular aspect. We have virologists. So, of course, COVID-19, the virus, coronavirus, is a virus. So there are different aspects of microbiology that anybody who wants to make a career in microbiology can specialize in. So I will encourage people, encourage young girls to, if they are willing to study microbiology, they can go ahead and study microbiology. But there is something I did in studying microbiology. I tried to, as much as possible, I tried to incorporate IT in microbiology, because looking at the trend, there is nothing you want to do today without the use of information technology, information communication and technology. So we all need technology, even in microbiology. So trying to incorporate ICT, engineering, the equipment we use in the laboratory, the equipment we use in research, they are all products of technology. So we need to make them understand, being a microbiologist is not just becoming a microbiology. You need to acquire skills and knowledge in other aspects of science and technology. All these equipment that we use in the pharmaceutical companies and in public health, they are from technologies and from ICTs. So if they are becoming a microbiology, they should be also and be willing to build their skills in ICT and in technology, also in engineering, because knowledge is not just limited to being a microbiologist, but also acquiring skills in in ICT, in engineering, because we need all these together to function effectively and bring out the best as a microbiologist. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is great to see how passionate you look when you talk about your field, and thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
that with us. And
Thank you.
the last question that we have is, what would you consider to be your greatest achievement as a STEM woman?
Okay. Mm. Well, my greatest achievement, I would say, is discovering my passion and living in my dreams. As a woman, today I can proudly tell you I am living in my dreams. I am I am I have achieved my dreams, but I have not gotten to the peak of my career, but I am living and working in my dreams. It is what I want to do. I am currently growing up as a child. That is what I find myself doing. And one of my achievements is, and part of my achievement is being able to impact other young girls who have seen the success, uh, who have seen that as a young woman, I've been able to achieve my dreams. I want to tour the same paths. So I've been able to mentor girls, young girls, teenagers, young girls in the university who are in the science field, who have decided to go into the science field because they've seen the success I've been able to achieve being in the STEM field. So being able to impact other lives, living in my passion, doing what I love to do with all joy and gladness. I don't see it, when you do what you love to do with, when you're living in your passion, when you're doing what you love to do, you find fulfillment, you find joy, you do it with ease, you do it with so much comfort. So my achievement is I've been able to live in my dreams. I've been able to impact other young girls because particularly I have passion for children, girls, and women. So apart from working currently, I, I've been able to support and develop an organization where we support girls and women, and I've been able to support other girls, other community-based organization and non-governmental organization in helping them build their profile, especially when it comes to girls and women empowerment. So being able to support other young girls and women achieve their dreams today, and today they are also living their dreams. Some of them are still in schools, and I'm still currently mentoring other girls. I believe is one of my major achievements. I just find fulfillment. I believe I am fulfilled. But that does not stop there. It is continuous development. I am still developing myself because I have a target where I want to be, where what I want to achieve. So, personal development, professional development, capacity building for myself, acquiring more skills and knowledge, and looking at the trends globally. We cannot, I cannot rule out the fact that ICT today I mean, we can have the meeting on Google Meet. This is technology. So we can't rule out the fact that this technology globally is taking over. So continuous development in technology, building my skills, building capacity, getting to know more. So I have to continue learning, continuous learning. I've been able to achieve, gotten to this point I've gotten to. I mean, living in my passion, but I really need to build. I'm still building myself up because there's this saying that goes that when you stop learning, you start dying. So I never stop learning, and I always look at the future, the next 20 years, the next 30 years, what will be happening? I don't want to be out of the trend. I always want to meet up with the trend. So if tomorrow you come up with another platform to have a meeting and you invite me, I also just want to fit and be able to operate it. So I also, one thing I will finally encourage young girls is, and age network is, looking at the trend. When we go out for sensitization, when we go out for mentorship, when we go out for awareness raising, we should all have it at the back of our mind. We should look at the future. What does the future hold for young girls? What does the future hold for women? And let us always incorporate that in our sensitization, in our awareness, um, advocating for policies that support girls' participation, girls and women empowerment, especially in the STEM field. We look for opportunities online, that opportunities, scholarships that will support girls in the STEM field. So I hope this has really helped, and I hope I've really said some things that can help our young girls and age network. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure that someone will find this very helpful. Something that you said that is very important is that we never stop learning. That is something very real. As I am studying an a career in the engineering part, and as I can see from my professors and mentors, it is true that even if you finish a career, you have to continue learning because new
Yes.
technologies comes and all
Yes.
that things. Thank you so
Exactly.
much, Doctor. And as you mentioned, we would love to have you in the mentorship program. We have a space where we talk to girls to
Okay.
inspire them and motivate them. And I'm sure that having you there, that will be very awesome.
All right, you're most welcome. I'll be available. Just once I receive the mail, I'll work towards it and then plan towards it, and we'll work together.
That will be great. Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
so much,
welcome.
everybody, for being here, and thank you so much from our guest for sharing that information and everything that she said to us. Because I think there is not better advice than the one that comes from a person with experience and with that type of of career path. So thank you so much, doctor. And
Thank you, Gabby.
now it is time for the questions from
Oh,
our participants. I have one that is in the chat box that says,
okay.
how do you balance family life and career considering the challenging field STEM and the need to prove yourself as a woman?
Oh, interesting. Basically, it's about, for me, it's about planning. As much as possible, I try to plan. It is said that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So as much as possible, I try to plan. I have my 3 years plan, I have my 5 years plan, I have my 6 months plan, and I'm glad I have a very supportive spouse who is also in the same science field. So he understands what it means to be in the science field. So basically, once you can plan well, I plan very well. I try as much as possible to plan my work and family. And with a very supportive spouse, he has given me that platform to, I mean, live my career to the fullest. He has been very supportive and he has been there for me. So basically, once I can plan well, when it's time for when it's time to be at work, I'm at work. When it's time for the family, I give my time for my family. So when you plan yourself, you will not have issues when you're supposed to be with the family and you're at work. So basically, it is detailed planning. Because I plan very well, I am able to balance family, career, and work. So basically, it's planning. Have a long term plan, have your short term plans, and so you can fit in, but create room for flexibility. Be flexible, create room for flexibility. So once we can plan, and basically, I plan and I create room for flexibility. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. And now, if someone has anything else to say, yeah, you can open your microphone.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Adenike. I've really learned a lot from you today. I just want to ask this question. Um, yeah, we find so many girls running to art class based on maybe advice that you are not good, especially in maths or especially in maths. And they will be like, it's better for you to go to art class. Okay, we have in the world today, maybe when you are going to university, you have admission in social science and stuff like that. Is then do you think there is still a room, even if you don't go through this channel of going to the tertiary institution for STEM related courses? Is there still a room for a girl that is not into STEM to go into STEM? Do you understand my question, ma?
Yes, I do. I do. Thank you, Martina. Margaret or Martina? Margaret. All right, Margaret. All right. There is still room for a young girl who is not who is not into sciences, into the STEM field to divert into the STEM field. Basically, it's about passion and being inquisitive, being that's search for knowledge. And now globally there has been provision for short courses. There has been provision for trainings. I have friends who were never science students and today they can code. I don't know, maybe you know something about coding. They can code. They can build apps. They can develop websites. So you don't have to necessarily have a science background before you can um succeed, you can make a career in the STEM field. Just discover what you're good at and create a niche for yourself and build yourself in that aspect. I have young girls who never had the science background, but today they are very, very good when it comes to coding, programming. I honestly don't know how they do it, but all they say is the passion, the love for it. They just love it. And if that is what globally is on the trend and they are willing to join that trend and learn those skills, now some of them find themselves um, getting opportunities, job opportunities to in the ICT field. And so they don't have that knowledge. And you see them go online, they do courses, there are online courses where you can learn about some of these things. So if you devote your time and create time, some of it you have to pay. Pay for the knowledge and acquire these skills. There are trainings where you can register, apply for, submit your applications, and you'll be accepted, and you learn these skills. So sometimes you might not really have the background. Maybe you're undergraduates, you are in social science or arts, and you just later find that love for engineering. Of course you can make a career path. Just identify, because I tell you, STEM field is very wide. Identify which aspect you want to specialize in, and focus and build your capacity on it. Go online, look for the current what is the current trend about this particular aspect. Learn it, acquire that skills, acquire the knowledge. If it will cost you to pay for it, acquire the knowledge. And I tell you, you'll be in flying colors in that particular field, STEM field. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you, ma. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And if there is any question, we have a little bit more of time. So you can open your microphone or type it in the chat box. So I just want to thank you so much, everybody, for your inspiring contribution, and to our guests for giving such interesting and inspiring talk show, and also sharing with us all her experience as a STEM woman. I am also very happy and glad to have done this interview. I invite girls who are watching this to register at our mentoring program at our website. And also, if you know someone that could be interested, please help us share our program so we can make a change together. So,
Oh.
there is any another question or comment? I think that there is everything that we have to say. Thank you so much, Doctor. Before we
Thank
end this
you.
talk show, I don't know if you want to share a last message or something to close your contributions.
Well, I want to appreciate the Age Network for this opportunity. I know it's been a while. I've been receiving your invitation, but I must tell you, have been busy as much as possible. I try to prioritize, but I I'm glad I'm here today and I'm able to participate in this virtual meeting. And I want to say, as much as I can support this organization through recommendation, mentorship, and maybe if you will need some resources, please, I'm available to support as much as I can. And I'm glad to meet with you, Gabby, and other participants of this meeting. Martina, Margaret, thank you very much. I hope to keep this relationship and this network, and as we continue to achieve higher, and so God helping us. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Ma. We really appreciate having you here today.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Hope to see you in the mentoring program. We will send you
All right.
an email with the information. And thank you
All
so
right.
much again. This was really an very inspiring and interesting talk. So
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you very much.
thank you so much,
Good to meet
everybody.
you.
So see you next episode and see you in the next program, Doctor.
All right. Yeah. Bye.